Hi, welcome to this episode of the CE Tool Den. And on today's video, we're going to do a review on the Klein modbox system that we have here. We have the full drawer system here and there, but we also have something new. The brand new Klein rolling box, the modbox 2.0 system right at the bottom. So that's going to be awesome. And we're going to show it to you right now. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to disclose and be upfront is Klein did send me all this stuff, so I thank you very much, Klein, for sending me the mod box, the drawers, and the 2.0 rolling box. So that's the right there on the bottom is the rolling box with the drawer system, but right now we're going to concentrate on the new rolling drawer 2.0 mod box. So a lot of the features I didn't have the first version, but I noticed from watching a lot of videos that there is going to be some differences compared to the first mod box between the 2.0 and the 1.0. Well, first things first is you still have the exact same handle. So the handle is going to be the same as the original handle, even with the pop-out slides to get to be able to get the handle off. You can fit it on your pickup truck with the tonneau cover, and there it is. You still have the storage for your conduit benders there. You can put a level here. This one, so if you try to put a level here, it's gonna kind of pop out over here. So you want to put your level on the right side because it's got like this notch, and it grabs the level pretty good. And this has got the little lip too to grab the conduit, so you have like two spaces. But if you want to use this middle one, you're not going to be able to use it because whatever will slide off. So you got to just be mindful of that. But otherwise, it's still an amazing heavy-duty handle. The handle is probably the heaviest duty I've seen. I don't have the Tough Built Stack Deck, but I'm pretty sure that's heavy-duty. I know the Pack-Out has a good handle, but I feel like the Klein has just the better handle between the ones like that I have. So it really works good. So new for compared to the 2.0 is you have these attachment places to put your Connect system boxes in. So, and then you have a little channel over here, so you can put like a conduit. So if you're cutting conduit, this is not going to roll. The conduit is not going to roll, off the box as you're cutting with the bandsaw or whatever. And it's got metric ruler over here, is inches on the top, and I think that's centimeters on the bottom. And then you can put the little containers here. Now there's gonna be different types of boxes that you can put over here. So over here you have these little tabs right here. They kind of like, so that's where the tabs on the little modbox Connect boxes go. So you have to line them up right there, and then it'll click right in. And you can put two smaller ones because those tabs are also over here. And they're pretty good as far as like the hold. It snaps in, so that's an upgrade over the first gen. And then you just gotta unclip them by hitting that. But here's the difference now. When you have a bigger one, we're gonna line that up right there. You can't put another one there behind this because this is too big. So you can only go back to back on the small ones, or on these bigger boxes you can only use one. But then you could probably stack the smaller boxes on the top of the bigger boxes. You can't stack, so that's good. So this is the biggest box I have for the Connect system. As you can see, you can't fit another one, but so that's your limiting factor. But then you can stack those other boxes on these. Also, when you have this open, you got to make sure you kind of undo the stack. Like say you have, because if you open the box, you can actually open the box with one layer of Connect System boxes in, and have just enough clearance to be able to open it and still be able to use the box. But you can't do it if you multi-stack it. You can't really lift this up if you multi-stack it. So that right there is a big difference. Also, with the new 2.0 box, you're now getting a plate, a metal plate, so you can use this. This right here is for the headlamps that attach. You can attach any of the current model of headlamps from Klein. Right over here, you can use this as a magnet. Put like a flashlight, magnetic flashlight, or something magnetic in there. It's got your gasket here. Beautiful thing. I don't have any of the other boxes. Klein only sent me this one, so I'm just limited by this. But I plan on getting the other boxes to complete this set. You still have the channels, like from the first one, to be able to do like your conduit, to put like rolls of wire. Same thing over here. You have your channels. I don't know if you could see. So you can put the conduit there and just spool the wire out of here if you want. You did lose, so this is another item that you lost, is you lost the ability to use this adapter that would clip on over here and be able to use your modbox accessories inside the rolling box. Over here now it's more like a friction fit, but you're gonna lose it. But it's very tilty, so it's not even worth putting that. But I think if you put a piece of wood and wedge it on each side to go from the front to the back, you can actually still use this. But that's just neither here nor there. I mean, it's up to you if you decide to do that. You would just have to wedge a piece of wood here and here just to be able to use this adapter again. But this is a lot of room. We have a 20-inch left to right. We have about 13 and a 16th front to back. And deeperness at its deepest point is roughly about 14 and like 3/8 looks like. So that's pretty good. So you get a lot of volume in here. One of the new things is, check this out, guys. Over here now you have these latches. Instead of the flip up latches, like the Packout has, the Gen 1 had, you now have these latches that you like push over here and over here. You push them in towards the middle to be able to unlatch the top, and it snaps right in. It's pretty nice. I mean, you can use one hand if you need it. If you say you had one hand busy, you can still open it one-handed. And then you have metal reinforced locking pins over here, so you can do that, which is pretty friggin' awesome. I really like that feature. And then you still retain on each side the modbox accessory rails on both sides. But here's the caveat is they're a little bit shorter than the OG, so there is that. But for the most part, the aesthetic on this is very nice. This is a very beautiful box. Definitely worth the upgrade. I mean, I'm enjoying it, and it is compatible with the Gen 1 modbox 1.0. So be advised that you will have compatibility between Gen 1 and modbox 1 and modbox 2, so that's very good. But Klein did send me the drawer systems, which I love, and these drawer systems are actually all compatible with each other, and it clicks in perfectly. And this also has that little channel to measure, like to cut conduit and stuff like that, and metal reinforced locking tabs. These don't, you can't put the modbox connects, the connect box on this. That's pretty much for the modbox 2.0, but it does have all these other features. So you have the locking bar. So if you have this in your truck or your vehicle, you know that these drawers are going to be secure and not popped open. You can put the lock over here, and it also has a place to put the lock over here. So you have double locking side. To pull the bar down, you just press the red locking tab here, hold it, and just you slide the locking bar down. And then you have this drawer with the available dividers here, so that's pretty neat. I haven't used this box yet because we just got this last week, and we have more over here, but I did start using some of this stuff on this side, so you'll see that's going to be a little bit dirty from use, but we're going to clean it out after. But this modbox 2-drawer unit is fantastic. But not only did we get the 2-drawer unit, we also got the new single drawer unit. The brand new. So now this one locks similar. So there's your locking release for the box, but then you have this release. So this doesn't have like these metal rails to secure your load there. So you have to use, it has a locking lever over here, and the new box has these dividers that are really beefy looking. And not only that, but they also have a liner. This does have that little bump up in the middle, so you're going to be seeing that bump in the middle. It's going to be a little bit higher here than it is on the right and the left, because you don't want your drawer sagging. So when you start filling this up with all tools and fasteners and whatever you put in here, this is actually meant so it doesn't sag in the middle, because you don't want to be scraping the bottom when you're opening these drawers. So that was a good design by Klein. Yes, you lose a little bit of capacity, but it's only very little, and in the end this is going to be a much better system. It's got these sliding rails, which is awesome. They did a great job. Oops. And now we got one of the half drawer boxes. And by the way, all these boxes have the side rails, the modbox accessories with side rails, which you can connect. And here is the new half box. Oops, there we go. And this is the same concept. So there's your release lever, and then there's your lever for opening the drawer. This also has the liner system, and it has dividers, but I took them out because I needed to use this. A little dirty in here. Don't mind the mess in there, a little dust, but it's a really nice little drawer system. So you can put, like, you know, small, like screwdrivers, pliers, or whatever, or anything that you think that's probably a little bit more sensitive, whether it's a little camera or your little temperature gauges or whatever in there. It's a sensitive item. You can put on the top and not have to worry about it, and it clicks in nice. And now we can go to these boxes. Now these bigger boxes have the locking bar here. They all have that same thing, and they all have the double bars there. This one, the small half box, only has the only one right there, but it's only a half box, so you don't really need it. This one's a 3-drawer unit. See how this is raised up? So you definitely lose a little bit more than the 2-drawer on the 3-drawer, because this is it's going to be a little more shallow, so you definitely need more support in the middle. So this is definitely a lot more raised up in the middle over here. It doesn't have the drawer liners, but you can put like aftermarket drawer liners if you want to cut them. And this does have a lot of the dividers here, but I took them out because this is the way I configured it to be able to fit the things that I need. See, this, I configured this just for my needs. And this one I didn't even finish cleaning out. So I gotta actually take that stuff off. But you can see, like, this is an example of like what you can do with the box, and as far as like a divider and stuff. So not bad at all. Really like that. We also have the, and by the way, all these have the modbox rails. Here is the single big drawer box. So this also has that locking lever, but these are really deep. This is, you take these out and you can fit a lot in this big drawer box. You can put your circular saws, anything, your big sawzalls, anything in there, ready to go. And then you have the rolling bottom box. Like I showed this in a previous video, is you have the smaller drawer, and that's the way I configured it for the dividers. And then you have this deeper drawer that's not as deep as this, but still pretty deep, and you can put plenty of big tools in there when you take that out. It's like the good thing about the modbox, and like a lot of these storage systems, is you can configure these in many different ways, and it really makes a difference, you know, when, depending on the trade you're at or the amount of tools that you need to bring and stuff like that. It really makes a difference. It really does. And the one thing that Klein does is it allows you to configure how you want to configure your boxes, put your tools in how you want your tools in. It's really awesome. Like, I like that. I like that fact that you can do that. It gives you rails. So we don't have many of the modbox accessories, but like, you can just use these rails and put your modbox accessories there. So you just click those in. Here's another one. Put tools in here. They have a lot of different kinds of accessories there. But I know with the new 2.0, the middle box, I think, can accept these. So we do have these. So when we get the 2.0 box, we'll be able to accept all that stuff and have all that stuff be compatible. But this, the wheels here on both of these are the 10-inch wheels. Absolutely rugged. I mean, I took this out, and with snow, icy driveway, I went to my my job site at my client's house, and I was able to roll this to the client's house and not have an issue at all, because it's rugged. Just even getting this out of my house, and I got like a ton of snow. I have to use the upstairs stairs instead of use the walkout, because the amount of snow I have is just incredible. I wouldn't be able to roll this out, but going up the stairs with this is an absolute, like, yeah, it's heavy, but at the same time, it's a lot easier with those 10-inch wheels, and they're very rugged. So I'm going up one step at a time, because like I said, this is heavy, and as you're trying to get up the stairs, this really does work very well. I can't complain. And going downstairs too was actually really nice, because like I feel secure that this is a very, very solid system, and I don't have to worry about it in case I drop it or whatever. I know that this is gonna last, and this has a lot of quality built into it. It's got a lot of great features, and for that, I'm very grateful to Klein for this system. Like, I really am. They created an outstanding system with this modbox. I definitely want to expand on my modbox lineup, and I can't complain. I really can't. This is amazing. This is an amazing system, and they've really outdone themselves with the drawer box style, or the top lid open style, and this is the 2.0. I really like the 2.0. I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna get the other boxes eventually, and then the part storage boxes, because the part storage boxes are critical for me. But for now, I just use the drawers. But I definitely need those storage boxes to be able to complete the set for this setup, and I can have the choice of the drawers or the choice of the open top lids with the small parts bins and stuff like that. So it really pays that there's a lot of compatibility, and you can mix and match between the top lid with the drawers with the top lid. It's awesome. I really love the modbox system here, and I'm going to enjoy taking these out on the road when I'm going to my jobs. I really like it. There's so much stuff that you can do with it, and I mean, what more can you ask for? Klein really did a great job of developing and designing these, and we know why the 2.0 exists, because there was some issues between Klein and another company. We know about that. We don't have to mention that. But the 2.0, I think, is a much better upgrade. Yeah, they left out a couple of features, but at the same time, the upgrade is definitely worth it. And look how good it looks. I mean, I like the new version, because the old version still look good, but this just looks more sleeker, more like beast mode. I'm calling it beast mode because it is beast mode. It is a very stout system, very stout, and couldn't have it any other way. So if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, share, hit the bell for the notifications. You know, if you are in the trades or you're in need of a storage system, this is a great option. Highly recommend. You're not gonna be lacking on toughness. This thing is absolutely tough. It's made out of strong materials, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Alright, so take care until the next video. Have yourselves a good day, good night. Hype the videos, and have yourselves a good night. Alright, bye.